What is up, guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're doing some online, as we always do. It's one of my favorite things to do. I think at this time of the game's life cycle gives me the most enjoyment, and we're back racing with you guys in the public lobbies. So hit me up on Twitter, give me a follow over there if you want to get involved in these lobbies. And one day soon I'll do a stream. I promise I will stream at some point, but that day is not today. Link to that down in the description as well, by the way. Cheeky plug. Anyway, here we are for Australia. This is a circuit which I quite enjoy racing at lately. So, because I'm showing it to you guys, it should be a good one. Should it not? Yes, it is. Spoiler alert. We have some rain heading our way for the end of the race. Starting off sunny, going to rain, so there will be a bit of strategy involved in this. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to brave it out on the softs, utilize the best tire for as long as I can, and then switch straight to the intermediate tire. It's only a 25% race, so the softs should be able to go a good distance into this race. That's at least the hope. So we'll see how we go as we head into the Australian Grand Prix. 5 red lights, and we are underway for this race. Alex O'Grady not getting off all too well off the line on his medium compound tires. And as we head into turn 1, it's about 5 wide down here. We're just trying to stay out of the carnage. Thankfully, ghosting is on. A rare chance where I've left ghosting on, and it's kind of helped me out there. So give myself a nice pat on the back there for enabling that. Anyway, it's P13. It's been a good start so far. We've made up 7 spots, and I really haven't done anything of significance. That's the beauty of online lobbies. Keep it clean, and you'll gain about 50 million positions, which is lovely to see. We overtake a ghost car, which is not in this race. That's not allowed, Codemasters says. So we have to do it again, and thankfully this time it's legal, even though we went through him this time. VSC has been deployed for God knows what. Someone's going slowly at the end of the first sector there. That lone dot on the mini-map has forced the entire lobby to go slowly. And VSC ends. Flash 224 makes a pit stop. An early one of that. Perhaps chancing the strategy, thinking that it's not going to rain. Because that could well happen. Sometimes it says it'll rain at the end of the race, and it never happens. So I guess we'll find out if that strategy is the way to go or not. But yeah, another thing worth mentioning is a lot of people in this race are starting on the medium compound tire. Like, I'd say about half the field. And if you're on... Oh my goodness, let's get back to that thought in a moment, as Williams got taken out by the Alfa Romeo there, and that's given us like 3 or 4 spots for free. So that's absolutely lovely. My engine tone has kicked in, and it's now a... What is that? It's a V6, but it sounds like a Mercedes. So, yeah, McLaren getting those early upgrades on a year early. Anyway, Richard Hammond doing Richard Hammond things and getting in the way in his Alpha. But, yeah, just having some glitches with the engine and the audio. That might not be the first time that changes over the course of this race. But anyway, we're in P6. The point that I was trying to make nearly a lap ago is that people on the medium compound tire are going to be the ones to watch, particularly if the rain takes a long time to kick in. Because me on my softs, I'm only going to get slower. Now we've got a V8. We've upgraded. We've gained an extra 2 cylinders somehow in this race. Not sure how, but I'll take it. Anyway, we're going purple to the first and second sector. Bring the V8s back is what I say. I mean, hell, I'll accept anything over 6 cylinders. Well, in a few years' time, I might even accept any cylinders at this rate with the way that modern technology is going. But I'm clinging on to the ICE engine for as long as I can. I love it too much. I don't want to give up the sound. Anyway, we're in P3, and the race is really starting to fall our way. Alex O'Grady, our nearest challenger, has got a penalty on the medium compound tyre, though, so he might phase into the Grand Prix quite nicely. Flash 224, like I said, pretty quick driver. Made a very, very early stop, but he had a 5-second stop-go penalty, which he served under his pit stop. The VSC has been deployed again. And you know what? This could probably open up some opportunities for the naysayers, the rain deniers who think it's going to stay dry for the entirety of this race. If they chance it now, they could well put themselves in the box seat to win this race. I didn't notice, I think someone called Young Bean make a stop on the VSC. So there's lots of different people we've got to keep track of over the course of this race, because I think it's all going to come to the fore in the dying laps of this race once the rain hits and everyone's tires really starts to wear out. Then we'll see the true indication of what strategy is the best way to go. As we go up the inside of the Red Bull down into turn 1 with a bit of slipstream and DRS, we make that move stick pretty well, even though turn 1 is not particularly an overtaking corner, not unless you're alongside like we were. So thank you, DRS. Thank you, slipstream, for making that happen. Anyway, that's a rare mistake from me there. I just fell off the circuit and went in a bit too deep, and that's allowed the Red Bull to have another run at us down into the fast turn 10 and 11 chicane. But we used a lot of battery there to stay ahead, and the Red Bull has a massive tank slapper out of the chicane, and that has pretty much put an end to his challenge for the podium, or at least P2 in this race once again. I'm getting called into the pit lane at the end of this lap for a set of medium compound tires. We're not quite there yet. Whoa, I've got a 3-second time penalty. What I was going to say is the tire wear is about 30-40% at this stage, and we've still got half the race to go. So if the rain never hits, or if it hits on the last lap, then we're going to be in puncture territory, I think. So there's a lot that's yet to play out. Alex O'Grady is now in 3rd place. XD Donny, what are you doing on mediums pitting now when there's supposed to be rain later? He's just thrown away the race and given us the lead of the Grand Prix. I tip my hat to you, sir. My snapback. I'll send you one in the post, if you like, for that gift. But, yeah, we're getting to the closing stages now. We're going to quickly fast forward through this to show you guys the, I guess, transition from dry to wet. Because up until this point, it didn't even look like it was going to rain. But now you can start to see the clouds come in. And come in quickly they did. So everyone who boxed for dry compound tires up until this point is going to be face palming, because now the weather has arrived. We're in the final 3 laps of this Australian Grand Prix. And as we come around the final few corners, the first spits of rain are starting to hit the screen. Alex O'Grady, meanwhile, has been on a Scenario 7 charge, like my teammate in yesterday or the day before's career mode video. It's flying at the back end of this race with his much fresher medium compound tires. My softs, being a softer compound, wear out a lot faster, and this is where the pain of carrying the extra grip is starting to work against me now, and Alex is really coming on strong. So this is crucial, because Alex is my teammate, and as you guys know, in F1 there is only one pit stall. A team can only service one car at one time. If they both stack, the second car has to double stack, and I do not want to be the second car that's double stacking. So, with that said, we need to be the first to hit the pit lane. We need to be the first to change onto intermediate tires, because I think the way things are going, if we stay out, we're going to lose this race. We have to box at the end of this lap for intermediate tires, even if the track isn't ready for it, because Alex O'Grady is coming. In fact, he's up my inside pretty much now as he dives up the inside into the 3rd sector, squeezing me out onto the ripple strip. This is the scenario. So whatever happens now, I either need to box or I need to do the opposite to Alex O'Grady. But given that he's got the overlap, I'm going to try and get to the pit lane first. And he hasn't reacted. We're going into the pit lane. We are changing onto intermediate tires. We are taking a massive risk in this Australian Grand Prix. This is the only way I see myself winning this race. We have to be proactive and change onto intermediate tires and just hope that the track gets wet enough over this next lap for us to do the undercut. Because if I would have stayed out, I would have double stacked, or even if I stayed in the lead, I would have been overtaken anyway and had to double stack. Either way, it was not working out well for me. Now, the DRS. yes, has been disabled, meaning the intermediate tyre is the faster one to go on. And Alex is into the pit lane now for his fresh, wet tyres or intermediate tyres. We're going to head on to the last lap now, and we've got a couple of dry compound runners who are staying out. They're braving the conditions. They're going to try and go for glory by staying out and keeping track position. But we're on the best tyre in the best conditions, so we're going to absolutely clean these guys up in only a matter of corners. We're now in P2. Goodbye, XD Donny. Next up is GRL Snipper. What happened to Flash? Did he box again for another set of intermediate tyres? I'm not sure, but we fly around the outside of the Red Bull, and we have taken the lead. We've taken the lead on the last lap. You know what race this reminds me of. I don't even need to say it. But this race has gone absolutely perfectly. Strategy absolutely nailed. Thank you very much.
Awesome, man! Truly awesome! What a win!
What a race. What a race. I fully realize how lucky I got in this race. So lucky that Alex didn't react in time to steal the pit stop preference away from me. Bearing in mind, it was a massive risk. I risked the entire race on that decision right there. It was pure desperation, which forced me into making that pit stop. And thankfully, the weather gods looked after me and made the track damp enough to play into the conditions, to my strategy perfectly. And we absolutely nailed it. So, there we go. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. These races are exactly why I love F1 2020 Online, because you never know what's going to happen. Awesome stuff. Absolutely awesome. If you enjoyed, make sure you leave a like. Subscribe to the channel if you're new to see plenty more racing game content. And until the next video, I'll see you next time.
Hammer!